Yo, what's happening? Just keep going. Yeah, what's... Not the intro that I wanted, but, you know, authentic. What's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. Chelsea injury crisis, taking on Arsenal without key players, John Terry in the Hall of Fame, and maybe, just maybe, for you guys, a little song in this video.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. At the desk again today. A little bit more of a laid-back ting for you boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, and theys and thems and everyone in between. You're all welcome here in Football Therapy, mate. Lots to get into today, so I want to thank you for joining me. I want to extend my deepest and most sensual love to you. Please do give some back by liking, subscribing, commenting and sharing and doing all that sweet helpful stuff to us YouTube content creators. It's really lovely of you. Cheers. Alright then, first off, a shout out and a big congratulations for the universally loved John Terry. Captain, leader, legend, for my money, still the best centre-back in Premier League history. Just absolutely incredible. Left foot, right foot, could pass with both feet, was very technically gifted. Obviously loved a goal, mate. Absolutely loved a goal. Scored loads of goals for Chelsea. And it was, you know... The thing with JT is he put his face where it hurts, didn't he? He'd do anything to defend Chelsea and concede no goals. You know, the fact how he was part of that defence that conceded 15 Premier League goals all season. Ever since that feat, we have witnessed amazing Premier League defences that quite literally don't come anywhere near. Just for like context, right? I want to have a look at the treble winners in the Premier League table. So Man City, right? They conceded in their treble winning season, an amazing team. They conceded 33 goals, more than double than that Jose Mourinho season with John Terry in the defence. Absolutely sensational scenes. I've just watched the Premier League YouTube channel when he reacts to the Jose Mourinho message, which is quite touching and emotional. Look, John Terry is not the most favourite character in football, I think largely unfairly. I know maybe he's not done the best things historically. I don't think he discriminates, even with that story of him on the pitch. If you know him as a character and the people he's always been open to and kind to, every, you know, culture and person will tell you he's the nicest guy at Chelsea that's always has time for people. It became a little bit of a meme to like dislike him. I'm not saying he's a perfect guy. The one thing I would potentially criticise him for is the NFT scheme, but we won't go in there at the moment. Regardless, he's a great Chelsea legend and he's deservedly been inducted to the Hall of Fame in the Premier League. So congratulations to Captain, Leader, Legend. Alright, so we are going to talk about this injury crisis today and try and build a team. I'm actually going off Nizar Kinsilla's team of the Standard, who he thinks will play against Arsenal tomorrow night. Of course, Arsenal flying high. I think they're top of the Premier League again. It's enough to make a man sick. So it's our duty to try and at least get a draw and cause them issues in their title run. That would be amazing for us. Of course, we're desperately in need of points ourselves. If we beat them, that would be sensational. It could happen, but we are without key players, and we're going to look at a very, very interesting Chelsea injury list in just a moment. That Chelsea published. I do want to speak quickly, a tweet from Cy Phillips Sport, citing Sport Witness. Argentine newspaper Ole says that Enzo Fernandez, if he has an operation for his hernia issue now, he will be available and fit for the Copa America. Of course, in the summer, the Copa America's on. But he would miss the rest of Chelsea's season. It's expected the player will want to play in the summer tournament. Well, yes, of course it's expected, because what's his recent memory of playing with his country, Argentina? Ooh, he won the World Cup and won Best Young Player in the World Cup. What's been his experience since playing for Chelsea? Mid-table mediocrity, a lot of bad press, and hard times. I got no issue with him wanting to go and play well for Argentina. Look, this guy's locked down. He played amazing in the World Cup. If he goes and plays amazing in the Copa America, genuinely, that's going to be good for us. That will be good for us. And there might be people, by the way, who think that we can see out the rest of the season fine without Enzo Fernandez. Maybe keep trying to play Gallagher in the pivot. We've got enough ruddy number 10s to pick from if you talk about Mudryk, Carney Chukwuemeka, Cole Palmer if available. There's number 10s there. And if Gallagher can put in the double pivot performance that he put in against Everton, and yes, I know it's Everton, that kind of different opposition might offer different questions than Everton did that day at Stamford Bridge, which might test Conor Gallagher, and we've seen Conor Gallagher struggle in that pivot. But, maybe we found a balance with that lineup where he can play in that position, and Enzo can just, get his surgery, go play in the Copa America, get your form and your morale back up, and then return to Chelsea next season a bowler, because he's got a very, very, very high ceiling, Enzo Fernandez. So yes, I wanted to reference that first and foremost, because I find it quite interesting. And it's very interesting as well that this story is all coming from Argentinian media, and not UK. Obviously, Sport Witness, I believe, is UK, but that's where it's all coming from. So I wonder if he's leaked information to his countrymen, and it's not been published by Chelsea for some reason. I don't know why. Why would Chelsea talk about everyone else's injuries but not his hernia issue? Unless he's using private medical teams or something. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Comment down below and let's move on. So let's look at it. Get ready for something that's going to hurt your face. Oh, that's my intro. Hopefully it doesn't hurt your face. That should make it feel better. Right? This is it. This is the Chelsea's medical thing. So Lavia, Reece James, Fofana and Chilwell, who potentially could be 4 key starters, are all, of course, in rehab. And not Reece James is on the grass. Chilwell might be on the grass, but they're not in team training, so they're doing rehab. Now, everything else is going to make you pretty scared, or at least the middle 3. The top 3, it's worth saying, look, no one's massively going to get excited by Rob Sanchez returning for obvious reasons, but Leslie Ugochukwu he started a few games for Chelsea, and he was very much a utilised closer as a central defensive midfielder, of which we are very, very short of. And the aforementioned Enzo Fernandez, if he decides to get this surgery and is out for the season, because we're not in any cups anymore, and, he can trust his team to try and get us into 6th, Ugochukwu Caicedo, very solid defensive double pivot that allows you to play maybe more attacking players. I don't know. Ugochukwu's useful, but of course, the shining light on that list there is Christopher Nkunku is in partial team training. So again, we said it recently. If those chances at Wembley fell to granted, a fit in firing Nkunku, not one that's just returned from injury, then that could be wraps for Man City. We could have won the semi-final and gone to face one of the worst Manchester Uniteds of all time. Of course, the big concern here is Chilwell's added, Gusto is added, and Cole Palmer is added due to illness. Now, because of this immense amount of injuries that we've had all season, I really want to explain how I haven't made this song. It's because that would make me quite sad. But I used an AI prompt. It took about 7 seconds, and I want you to listen to. I made a reel about it on my Instagram, so follow me on Instagram @FootballYannick for top Chelsea-related insight and banter.
Trials and tribulations, deep-rooted frustrations. Chelsea's medical team, their reputation's in danger. Broken bones and twisted limbs, it's a never-ending story. Fans left with a bitter taste, their trust in shambles. Oh glory, pulled hamstrings and torn ligaments, a relentless cycle. Will we ever see our heroes on that field with a smile? Misdiagnosis and delays, it's an uphill struggle, battle within, but we'll fight. Hearts filled with fire, injury upon injury. treachery, it's a never-ending plight. Chelsea's warrior sidelined under the dimmest of lights. Fractured dreams and shattered hopes, torment never ceases. The medical team's mistakes.
Oh, that's enough. It does go on. I couldn't believe my luck when I did that. Like 7 seconds it made that with a prompt. Just we are living in an incredible and terrifying age. Whew, fun. Alright, so good and bad. Palmer, Gusto, Chilwell, bad. Which would mean we're going to have to see some heavy rotation. And I'm going to show you the lineup now that Nizar Kinsella has guest predicted on the standard, and we'll see it in graphic form in just a moment. Context, we're playing Arsenal at the Emirates, of course. They will play a 4-3-3. It will be, what will it be? Ben White, Samayasu, Saliba, Gabriel, of course, with Raya in goal. The midfield will be Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, and they did play Havertz before, but I have a feeling they'll try and play Jorginho here, and Havertz might play up front. I feel like they might play Havertz as a striker rather than Gabriel Jesus, flanked by, of course, Bukayo Saka. And it will either be Trossard or Martinelli on the left. So it picks itself. That's why they're a good team, because they always play the same players. Remember when we won the league last under Conte? It was the same 11 every single week. Back when we had a medical team that could actually do their freaking jobs. Let's have a look. So here we are. That means we've got to play Petrovic in goal. Kukure at left back, which I have absolutely no issues with. And to be honest, continuing the centre-back partnership of these men, provided Silva... he will be emotionally exhausted after the final disappointment for him personally. He's leaving Chelsea. That was his last final potential in Europe, which is very sad. But if he's fit and firing and good to go, then he can partner Trevoh Chalobah. He shouldn't be red zoning Silva because he wasn't utilised for a while, and he looks after his body very well. Now, I don't see Alfie Gilchrist starting at right back, so Axel Disasi, who actually, say it quietly, at times has done okay at right back. Midfield, I think, will probably be, of course, Moises Caicedo, Conor Gallagher, and I'll assume, like Nizar has, Enzo Fernandez in a double pivot. But of course, we could quite easily see this. Then man swapped around, and then I'd love to see a Chukwuemeka start, because he is a baller as a number 10. And with this, I think Raheem Sterling will start on the left. I think Mudrik's not been good recently, and Sterling probably... I don't see Sterling doing much at the Emirates at the moment, but maybe he'll get a start. Jackson will continue playing up top. Despite everyone having a go at him, he does exactly what Pochettino wants. He's always fit and available. He does get chances. Some strikers don't even get chances, so, it will be Jackson. And in the probable absence of Cole Palmer, maybe Cole Palmer will come off the bench. Possibly. If he's got illness. Then Madueke, who again is another player that Chelsea fans aren't overly pleased with at the moment due to just like a sort of immaturity that he's displayed of late, with of course the penalty when he's arguing with Jackson, when he wanted to get when he didn't want to get substituted and he was whinging and was sort of about to throw a strop, and then obviously eventually came off. And also when he was laughing with Jack Grealish here, while Thiago Silva was here crying in shot, which, the optics aren't great, but he's, I'm sure he doesn't want to upset Thiago Silva. He's just too young to have the lucidity of, this is probably a really serious, somber moment for Thiago. I should not be on the pitch laughing with the opposition we just lost to. It's not that deep, and I get why people have made content out of it, like reels and shorts. It is content. And to be honest, in a way... it might be good for him that content was made, because it's not particularly hateful, unless people are being really nasty, which they shouldn't be. Maybe that will be probably shouldn't do that again kind of moment, which might be helpful and developmental for him. So yes, the 4-2-3-1 that we'll probably see, not very strong, but look, Madueke is still good. He's still good. He scored a couple of lovely goals this season. He's definitely poses problems down the right-hand side. Is it Tomiyasu that we're playing down there? Or Zinchenko, I believe? Because is Ben White a right back? Yeah, I think he's a right back, isn't he? So yeah, Madueke, you know, the thing is, these guys can all combine. They've got the flicks and tricks. They do. All three of them. Madueke does. He's more of a sort of chalk on your boots winger. He'll go up here and try and cut in, or sometimes invert and shoot, but he'll sort of float around here. Chukwuemeka is just straight up naughty skills. People don't know about him yet, but he's wicked. Goal threat as well. Proper number 10. It'd be very interesting to see him, and he will combine well with Noni as the under-21s. They both combine really well with Palmer. And Jackson loves a flick in 1-2, so I think it could work. I think, yeah, it's best Mudryk doesn't start because of the whole Arsenal connection as well. So all those things considered, I think Raheem Sterling will start on the left. Substitute appearances probably from maybe Palmer. If he's like ill, he might play a few minutes off at the end. We are kind of short though, bro. Like, let's have a little look here. Washington. Yeah, so Nkunku. Yeah, I hadn't mentioned Nkunku. If Nkunku's in partial team training, then we might see... You could even do this, actually. Nkunku can go play up front. Jackson plays very well at left wing. Sterling's played loads of right wing for Mauricio Pochettino, of course. Good options. Huh? It's going to be rough. Look, man, this game will be harder than Manchester City at Wembley because Arsenal have had, an extra day rest from their game in Europe. They're at home. They don't have to travel. They know exactly what they're doing. They are in... It would just be harder. I think this season they've been a better side than City. It's very hard to say that because it's kind of like paradoxical. I think City are a better side than Arsenal, but I think in terms of like general team performance this season, I think Arsenal have been better. If that doesn't make sense, I know it sounds very confusing. Look, imagine the lift of mood if we beat Arsenal and this game is the one in the running that ruins their title charge. I mean, that would taste super sweet. Super sweet. I know that's like how the mighty have fallen. You're trying to like fall back into 6th place and getting your kicks wherever you can. But that's precisely what I'm doing. So here we are. Let me know what you think, guys. I think we're going to win. I reckon I'm just going to say something mental. We're going to win 3-1. Okay? We're going to be 2-0 up really quickly. Like a proper left-right hook. And we're not going to believe our luck, but we're all going to be terrified. We'll concede a goal quite soon after, and there'll be loads of Arsenal pressure, and then we'll all be like, we always do this, right? And then Arsenal will overcommit to trying to get back into the game, which will open up a gap for someone like Mykhailo Mudryk to get in behind, scoring a goal against Arsenal, like he's already scored. He scored in the reverse fixture against Arsenal, and we end up winning 3-1, and it's just hilarious and fun. Imagine that. So let me know what you think. Comment down below. I'll be very keen to learn your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on everything in this video. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you soon. Peace.